Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
Hi everyone, Daphne Lage here. Join Nita Lanning and me on the Ragin' 2 The Vlogs show, where we talk about everything, nothing, and all the bits in between. Looking for hour-long conversations about indie comics, social media marketing, and crowdfunding, with the occasional rant and story time? Head on over to the Ragin' 2 channel on YouTube, Mondays through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern to join in the chat.
Hit the button.
Ed Gein, Demon Hunter, on Indiegogo. After a deranged demon escapes the bowels of hell, Satan is forced to send a damned soul back to Earth as a demon hunter. Armed with a sacrificial dagger, Ed returns to his old stomping ground to capture the demon before the universe is destroyed. Ed Gein, Demon Hunter. Issues 1 and 2 available now on Indiegogo. Prepare for the ultimate face-off.
We've crossed paths more than once. I've whispered in your ear, shown you harmless little temptations. I am unknowable, yet you know me intimately. But you can always know me better. Collected here are 20 twisted tales that will thrill, chill, incite, and delight you from some of the most imaginative minds your species has to offer. This exclusive Indiegogo printing of The Devil You Know Better will be limited and numbered, with signatures from Mike Barron and Hart D. Fisher. Stretch goals achieved for this campaign will add interior chapter illustrations by Stefano Cardacelli. The Devil You Know Better. Back it on Indiegogo today, while you still can.
Your favorite podcast is
And somebody unmuted during the video, so we got some echo on that, but that's okay. Kind of get
that was me. I wasn't sure if you had muted me or if I'd muted myself.
It might have been me too.
When videos play, StreamYard will auto-mute everybody until the video is done.
Oh, okay.
So that's a cool thing to know if you're going to play videos on your channel. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? We'll go round the clock here. Mike.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Walters of the Mike Stand. And to those who were at my show on this past Friday, I apologize. We had some technical issues come up. Apparently, I somehow turned off my permissions on Google Chrome with my speaker. And that's basically what happened. I have no idea how I did it. I was eventually able to get it fixed, so we're back up and running. So we will be streaming this week, of course. And as a special note, this Friday, Batgoat will not be able to be with me for the historical comic retrospect. He'll be traveling. So I've asked RJ to step in and fill in for him. So this Friday, we will be starting our our February of 1939 coverage with DC, what I intended to do this past Friday, of course. So aside from that, we, of course, have our usual Meets News during the rest of the week. So with that, I guess we can hand it over to Chris now.
Yeah, Mike.
Hi, I'm Chris from Hero Shack. Comic book creator, just finished Trolls Exposed, successfully funded, and we sold that $400 Chris Mad original cover this week while it was in demand, which was kind of cool because that, of course, brings us real close to the $1,000 stretch goal. So if we hit that in demand, I'll go ahead and get the bookmarks anyways. So, yay, that's kind of exciting.
Very cool. So we can take the we can take the stinger down, or do you want me to keep that up until your in demand is done?
Oh, you can take it down. It was cool, but
Sure.
you can take it down. Yeah.
You gotta keep it up.
Honestly, I've had it up for 60 days, and I'm like relieved to be able to move into the next phase of Hero Shack Press.
Just remember, give us a stinger on it. We'll put that next project right in there in the rotation. Did y'all notice the new video that was thrown in there today?
The
new video?
The one for The Devil You Know Better. Yeah, okay. So nobody's paying attention to the video.
Indiegogo one. Actually, I was thinking I just bought that book, but if it's on Indiegogo, it must be a different book.
You did buy that book. You bought that book from Amazon, and thank you.
Oh, it's the same book?
It's the same book, but it's hardcover.
Ooh.
It's larger dimensions, so it's going to be slightly fewer pages because when you make the pages bigger, you fit more words on them.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too, though. It's just
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were referring to when you said it.
It's going to be signed and numbered by Mike Barron and Hart Fisher, and it said that every $500 milestone we reach, we will have a story illustrated with a single page illustration by Stefano Cardacelli, who is all over the place lately doing comic book covers and such. So
that is very good.
And yes, congrats, Rick. Like Vicky says, congrats, Rick. What did I say Rick for?
Because Rick and I are almost attached at the hip this last project. Rick from Cross Comics.
Yeah, that's because I always see you guys together, really. But it's great to see that you had another campaign come through to fruition, and you've got a history of delivering on them too, which makes people come back to you.
We're very excited to do this one. Get it?
I've hijacked the introductions. Let's go down to James Lee. James, you got stuff to show tonight too.
Oh yes. Hello everybody. My name is James Lee. I am the creator of the Steins universe. We're talking about the comic books. But tonight I'm going to unveil. It's almost 100% inked, but I can unveil it now. The cover to the Steins book 3 that will be coming out in August. So here it is. This is the cover that I've been working on. So,
you put it over here. I got you.
So
I thought you were going to hold it up.
No. I actually took a picture of it. So it's double page. It's a wraparound cover. So that is the cover for book 3. It will be the conclusion of the 3 novels, the trilogy. So this is going to be the conclusion of that. It has nothing to do with the comic book, but I will say this. I will put this up for sale on the campaign for the comic book when the comic book campaign launches. So this artwork will be up for sale.
Cool.
So look for it.
Have you got are you going to color it yourself? Or you got a colorist in mind?
No. I have Gabe El Saib, former Superman colorist. He does all my coloring.
There you go. Because this is, of course, for the prose novel, the third prose novel that we run.
Yeah, this is the publication novel. Yeah, this is not the comic book. This is a novel. Comic book wise, we do have first 2 covers done, colored. We have 2 posters for stretch goals done. They're fully covered, which I'm not going to display yet until we launch the campaign. And it looks like I may have a special cover by somebody, but I'm not going to say who it is just yet. That'll be available also on the campaign. So look for that. We're going to have a bunch of surprises for the campaign. Look to do the mailer right after the video gets here from Pedro Ang, which I did see the first 35 seconds of, which is fantastic. If you love a classic Hammer Feel animated horror type ad, that's what you're going to get. So look for that coming soon also. So that's all I got right now. So back to y'all.
All right, then we will take this back off of here and go to George. George, how are you? Are you there, George?
Right here.
Okay, because I see two of you here.
Yeah, I'm sharing a screen.
Okay, and Niobe's also sharing a screen, so we'll share that as soon as we get down to you, Larry. So you want me to bring this
Why
up
is
now?
Larry here?
Why wouldn't Larry be here?
Because the guy's not Comicsgate.
Oh.
Does that matter?
Hey, hey, wait a minute. I support Niobe. Okay, I bought his campaign. I support Niobe. So
I have too.
Cool. So Niobe's cool. I like Niobe.
George is just trying to start a fight so that I can just walk away and leave.
Well, I'm trying to give Mr. Yanfui some drama.
Oh, well, yeah, Mr. Yanafui needs fodder for more videos.
Fuck you, Ezekiel.
The thing is, Mr. Yanafui also addressed something that we were talking about before the show, RJ. You look.
Yeah. He did say that the Batman intro, he has to fix that. So I can't wait to see.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But the Amber Heard guy, also known as the Umbrella guy, was talking about us on Twitter today, and thank you, Tug, that Umbrella guy, because his talking about us netted us about, I want to say, about 1,200 new followers on Twitter in the space of less than 24 hours. So not that ever really translates into anything other than Twitter followers, but it was nice to see. So thank you very much.
At least they're real, not bots.
And of course, by the way, hi to Vicky and Mr. Yanafui. I know we.
Yes, always glad to see him in the chat. Yeah. George, you want me to bring this thing up and tell us who you are and what you do?
I'm just gonna show a first draft of the new movie night for the next year. Opening
for the whole next year.
And this weekend coming up is 1 year of doing 2 movies a night without missing a show. Commitment, consistency, and roasting.
Wait, I thought you did a movie every Friday and Saturday, not 2 a night.
Yeah, every Saturday, every Friday and Saturday for a whole year.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the new intro. It's rough, but it's almost there.
Oh, I like that. I like that rotation.
Those are posters from all the movies that we showed so far.
Very cool.
And that's the end.
That was some sweet animation there.
Yeah, it's a rough.
Yeah, George's channel, by the way, is linked below. I want to make double sure I did that. Yes. YouTube.com/George Peter Gatsis. So sub, and then every Friday night and Saturday night, you've got stuff to watch.
We also do the news night now. Every 10 o'clock every day, like clockwork.
10 o'clock at night every day, right?
10 o'clock at night every day. We talk about the news of the day for 1 hour. We always come in under budget by a few seconds. Sometimes we blow our budget by a few seconds, after the 1 hour mark.
When news breaks, you fix it.
Yeah.
Somebody's used that line like 20 years ago.
It's CNN.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. This is George Peter Gatsis. No, I need my voice changer on to do that right. No, that's not what I meant to hit, Larry. I meant to hit.
That was perfect.
He's not Comicsgate. Get rid of him.
Oh boy.
I'll put it like this.
I can run both
anytime he wants. If I do have a stream or anything like that, you can come on anytime you want.
I appreciate the kind words, brother. I'm Niobu, as Rich Johnson would call me, because he's fucked up my name. Thanks, Rich Johnson. Niobe, LP, Larry, we do the comic book Niobe, 8 years crowdfunding in the business. Now we're also published by Antarctic Press. What we're showing here is our latest book that just came out on New Comic Book Wednesday to a comic book shelf near you. Exciting Comics number 20, featuring our gorgeous cover by the one and only Matt Weldon of Antarctic's Punchline, and Soul Finer with Doug Ernst. Good stuff. This wraps up our Birthline storyline, and then I got one more thing to show you, RJ, if I can.
You got big news now.
Well, I don't know how big it is. Which big news are you talking about?
Well, okay. So like DC used to do showcase comics where it was like, hey, we'll put a little superhero story in here, a new guy. And then if people really, really liked it, he would graduate to his own title.
Yeah. So this is right in Diamond Magazine previews. Niobe gets her own one shot with Antarctic Press. 36 pages of Niobe. Thanks, Rich Johnson. For your reading pleasure. Covers by Justin Hunt, Courtney Rose Dameron. And if your shop gets 1 out of 20, then you'll get the gorgeous Matt Weldon cover once again over here. So want to give a big shout out to Antarctic Press for putting us on comic book shelves, Yeah, that's what we got going on. And then we have the Niobe Outbreak Kickstarter gearing up in about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
getting on the comic shelf is what it's all about, right?
Listen, man, we did 2,500 copies on that, which isn't a lot in mainstream comics, but that's 2,500 extra eyeballs that buy the comic book for $5 a piece that might now come over to our next Kickstarter.
Yeah. Speaking of the exciting comics title you got there, Larry.
Yes, sir.
I think from what I saw, I think there was actually back in the Golden Age, I think there was another comic.
Yeah, no, there was. In fact, if you look on the cover, there's a legacy number, right? So it's number 20 underneath sort of like the new ownership. But they also gives us the legacy number from back in the day of those Golden Age comic books, just following along with the line. So we are part of a lineage, which is really, really cool.
I hadn't noticed that, but that is really cool that you guys.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the title "Exciting Comics" before when I've done my This Day Needs History segments.
And somehow Ben Dunn sort of took that over from way back in the day. It's a Antarctic Press comic book line now. It's an anthology series, right? You get 3 or 4 stories, divided into parts in each one. But now you get full Niobe here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's how they pronounce it in England. It's just that British pronunciation of Niobe.
Back in the Golden Age, a lot of the books were more anthologies than they are. A lot more of them back then were anthologies as compared to today.
Look, the thing about the anthology stuff with Antarctic Press is it's a great way to sort of get your foot in the door if you just want to, be published, be on the shelf, right? And if people like what they, it's like what RJ just said, right? If people like what they see in the inside, Antarctic Press feels that it has some wings, then maybe that can develop into something else, maybe a series, maybe a mini series, maybe a one shot. Who knows what will be? But it's sort of like a great entry point.
It's a great testing. It's a great testing for the story.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Arc's been doing that for years.
Yeah, no, well, they've been around for 35 plus years, in the publishing game. They, small company, but long lineage,
Yeah. I'm Ben and Joe Dunn, is John Dunn, one of them. But him and his brother, great guys.
Yeah, nothing but love for that company for giving us a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're two of the good guys. I'll say that they're two of the good guys.
So Niobe's in a position where she can go gold digging or attend Ninja High School or any other stuff now.
Ben Dunn is actually doing a cover for our next campaign.
There you go.
Oh, Ben is? Oh,
yeah. We secured it. We sent the money. And he's committed. He signed the dotted line. We're gonna have a Ben Dunn cover. We got 13 covers coming out. It's unreal. But I mean, we got Keith Garvey from Zenoscope, Sean Fournier from Dynamite Comics, Justin Hunt from Lady Death, Courtney Rose Dameron, Paul Green and Ula Moss. I got a list of names that's probably about as long as my arm.
that makes it so hard to pick a book. Because
it's nice to have options, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You go down to the bottom and you get the whole package, with all 13 covers for a price.
Oh yeah, and people buy that stuff.
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
we are art collectors above all. It seems. Used to be we were more story collectors, but ever since the '90s, if it's got great cover, we might. I'm not saying that Larry's story is bad. Don't get me wrong here. I know I went off on that tangent because it's a good story. I read it. I bought it. I have it. But we do tend to look at the covers now a lot.
Yeah, I know. I bought one online. I read Sonia. It had this unbelievable, beautiful cover. Opened it up, and the interior was like, oh boy.
Well, we always have our interior cover artists do cover A, right?
Well,
And
yeah,
the rest of it is variants. So when you
Right.
buy cover A, you go, oh, okay, that's what's on the cover. That sets your expectations for what's on the inside, right?
Right. I think if you're going to have an interior artist, at least especially on a campaign, have him
The,
do
the
one
theory is,
cover.
if the guy is good enough to draw your entire book, don't you think he's good enough to do a cover?
I
You know
agree.
what I
I'll
mean?
say at least do one cover, yeah, of the interior artist. Let him or her go nuts on it.
Yeah, it's
But,
it's
you
a
know,
matter
we
of whether
see
or not
these,
you care about your book.
We see these larger companies don't do that. They don't have faith in the people that are drawing their books. They rather rely on other cover artists to sell their books. Now, granted, when you walk into a comic book shop, especially if it's a title you never heard of or never checked out before, usually the cover is what's going to grab the eye, and that's what's going to lead you towards the book. Right? I can't tell you how many times I bought a Conan book back in the day because the fucking covers were badass. You know what I mean?
I agree. I remember getting the Savage Sword of Conan, the big books, not the
Right.
but the big, the black and white books, and you're just going through there, going, look at how good this stuff is.
So it's not a bad practice, to have some great looking covers, but I mean, god damn, at least, put some spotlight on the guy who's drawing your book a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they don't do that, it tells me they don't care about the book. They just wanted to sell it. They don't really care about the story.
No, it's not that. Usually, the interior artist doesn't have the time to draw the cover because they're either behind schedule or they have too much work on their hands.
See, I'm going to disagree with that. At least in my case, Marvel was selling Black Cat, right? And every Black Cat issue that they did came out with a J. Scott Campbell cover. Now I get it; it's fucking.
J. Scott Campbell is not part of the production.
But George,
he's
George,
a promotion. You can't use it as an example.
George, you gotta let me finish, brother. Yes, I can.
I know where you're going. You can't use it as an example.
George, you're not psychic, brother. I'm sorry, bud.
Go ahead.
No, it's not how it works. Listen, the reason why they use J. Scott Campbell is because J. Scott Campbell sells, right? If you look at the interior artwork of those Black Cat issues, they did not have faith in their interior artists to put him on the cover to sell books. No, they
J.
went
Scott
with the
Campbell's
name.
a separate promotion from Marvel.
So why not?
He buys the print run and runs his own covers on it.
Oh no, that's different.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about what you're buying on the shelf, George. So you obviously don't know anything that you're talking about, right?
I do.
You don't,
Scott
George,
Campbell
because
does
you haven't
do
been in
his
a
own-
comic shop in fucking 20 years, bud.
Oh,
Listen,
Jesus Christ, man!
I would dare just-
Throw me some slack. Do you think I don't know about that? Do you
Yeah.
think I didn't inquire about it?
Yes, I don't
Jeez.
think you know.
Campbell does do his own run of books. He'll buy
Yes,
a
he
run.
does.
But that's not what I'm talking about, George.
That's
I'm
what I'm
talking about
talking
the
about.
standard
The
cover
regular
you buy in the comic book shelf for Black Cat from Marvel was all J. Scott Campbell. Not one of them had the interior artist do a cover. Why? Because when you open up that book, the art was shit. That's why.
Yeah, that's
that's
Scott Campbell double dipped. He was
Yeah, he
able to
did.
do his
It's
own
just,
run.
it's, just like, it's just like when they did this Aquaman disaster they had. Oh, we're not selling books. We got to do something. We got to do something. Quick, get Jim Lee to do a cover. We'll sell it. That actually happened before they canceled Aquaman, the new run, 6 issues. They did that. Their sales went so far down that they had to do something trying to sell them. So they went and got Jim Lee to do a special cover. It still didn't save the book.
No, it didn't because the story was already damaged.
Okay, but they,
Hey, we're
did that.
Boot Yanafui.
But yeah, I mean, they have done that so many times. DC has done that so many times. Oh, we need to sell the book. Get Jim Lee to do the cover. Get Jim Lee to do the cover. And it's now gotten to the point where nobody's wanting to buy the books, even though Jim Lee's doing the cover, because they know the stories are bad. They know the artwork inside is bad.
Now, when they have a limited staff, which every staff is limited, never mind. But when they have a bullpen-like environment, George is right that the interior artist generally doesn't have time to do covers because they're doing more than one story. And at the same time, because of this problem, the guys they've hired to do the covers are doing so many covers, they don't have time to do stories, which is why you don't see any J. Scott Campbell interiors anymore. He's just doing the pinups and the covers. He doesn't have time to do an entire
Well, the
story.
reason why you don't see him do interiors is because he makes bank off of it. You know what his cover rate is? It's somewhere around $20,000.
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting you.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
you're right, Howard.
Speaking of comic stories, and RJ knows about this one because he was there when I covered it. Did you guys hear about what Greg Witta was doing to Batman?
Yeah, and that they can take. This is what I say about DC, and I've had enough of DC as far as I don't care what DC does anymore. Okay, DC has totally. If it wasn't for government handout money, is what they're getting. They got $4.5 million last year. If it wasn't for government handout money, they'd be bankrupt and out of business right now.
Right. Well, I mean,
Okay? So
but
the heck with what they're doing, and I don't care what they're doing with Batman anymore.
Yeah, no one
Really don't
cares.
care.
well,
The greatest thing that you can do.
The guy just dumped on Batman's legacy with that.
So
story.
what? And the greatest thing you can do is not even talk about them.
Yeah, the thing
It's
about
still
it is,
newsworthy, George.
No, it's not.
it's not.
No, it's not.
It's garbage.
It's
Here's the
new.
thing. Here's the thing, and Niobe, I guarantee you, Niobe will agree with me. This, the way you say Batman is real simple. DC goes okay, and this is what I would do if I owned DC. If you think anybody out here, if you think you can do a better Batman job, better Batman story, it is go to our website. We will sell you authorization to use Batman for 6 issues. You pay us. You get your team together. You do everything together. We'll publish it. All we're doing is covering the publishing. We're not covering who your artist are, who your story is, like that. If it sells, we get 60% of the sales. You get to keep going. If it doesn't sell, we're not out any money because you did all the work and you put all the finances. Now, when you go in, you got to pay for each character. That means you're going to use Batman, it's going to be this much. You're going to use Robin, it's going to be this much. You're going to use this. That's how you make your money. And let everybody else publish and just go nuts. Because you'd have 100 people wanting to do Batman stories. You'd have 100 people wanting to do Superman stories. You'd be able to flood the market with great stories and great artwork with no strings attached as a publisher.
Yeah, you can even get young adult what do you call stories where Superman's having sex with Lex Luthor.
Who cares? You're making money. If it doesn't sell, they don't get another contract.
That reality isn't all that far away for 2 reasons. One is some of these characters, like Superman, will be public domain at some point. They're going to try and fight to make that
2035. I'm keeping track.
But at some point, that's going to happen. Now, the other thing is, if these companies continue to sell low, and Big Papa, Discovery or Disney says, you know what, there's not enough money in this comic book business for us to directly publish. Don't be surprised if they start licensing out their main stuff to other companies.
Well, Saslav's already doing that. He went in. If you haven't seen what he did to Warner Brothers into the CW, he went in and laid the boom on them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already canned. He canned like 3 or 4 shows of the CW. Basically, what I understand is he's not just DC properties, but other properties of CW. It looks like they're going to cut it apart and sell it. They're going to get rid of the CW wholeheartedly. It's just wasting money. The other thing is he went in and ripped Warner Brothers. All movies of Warner Brothers are on hold effectively immediately. It's possible a Flash movie won't even come out. He went ballistic in the meeting. The way I understand it was he was screaming. He was like, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman are the major properties we have, and you bombed it. We have got to compete against Infinity War, and you better get off your butts and start doing things. The other one that's in the hot seat is J.J. Abrams. He is furious with J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams got paid $250 million to do projects for DC, and he
first look.
Anything.
First look project. Yeah.
He has not produced anything
Yep.
because he just announced he's doing something for Disney. Slaslav went ballistic. There may be a lawsuit to recap all that money from J.J. Abrams, and they may cut him completely loose. That means the alternate Superman is gone too. Everything. I mean, he went in and just took a hatchet to everything.
Can I say I'm kind of glad that J.J. Abrams didn't take first chance at any of the DC books?
Yeah.
Hey, Raina, long time no see.
The Superman copyright actually is up 2034. Was it 2022, right? Buck Rogers in 2024. 2025 is Popeye. 27 is The Shadow. 28 is Conan. 29 is Doc Savage and the Lone Ranger. Oh, by the way, John Carter, Zorro, and Tarzan are in the public domain, but only the first books.
Yeah, and you can't use their names because
they own the trademark to those names. Right. The trademark is long lasting. It's the copyright that's short lived.
Yeah. You can call them that name in the book. You can say, then Tarzan went but you cannot say the name of the book is Tarzan and the Lost City of Silver.
Yeah, that's right.
So it makes it harder to market them.
Well, I tell you, if we all survive by 2040, you'll have pretty much the bulk of the key characters from DC Comics available to you.
Yeah, well, they're all hanging on to the hopes that the mouse will prevail in Congress again.
Yeah,
but
then again, everybody here can can create a character who's fast, can create a character who is a detective, can create a character who flies around and super strong.
Yeah.
The brand of Superman, Flash, was it Batman, Wonder Woman, you name it. It's all weakened. It's putrid.
In fact, all those knockoffs and variations already exist in the public domain through things like Superhero Project or Project Superpowers, and look at how many people are doing something with Black Terror. Everybody's got a Black Terror story now, and they're all different.
Yeah. That's the thing about public domain. You can, it's all there. It's all
Somebody's
available.
doing a project with the Owl, and it's a series called The Masters. And the Owl is nothing more than Batman. In fact, his cover is this brilliant mock-up of one of the Batman specials with all the spotlights going up in the air with the villains' faces on them. And he just, modified that.
That's a great cover. I love that one.
Well, as I recall, I think wasn't Owlman Batman's Earth 3 counterpart?
Owlman was, but this is the Owl. This was not Owlman. This was not a DC character.
The Court of Owls.
Well, he didn't run the court, but the Court of Owls was there too. Owls figure largely in DC's Batman copies. I guess because the Court of Bats would have been weird or too on the nose. Yeah. But the Owl himself was another company published. There's a bunch of public domains. Just go out to the public domain superhero database. There is one.
Well, you know that I've hit a few public domain classic that you guys can come check out on Friday night. So
go out there and hit Funny Man or somebody like that and make a book out of him. John Della Rose did Dynamite Thor of all characters and printed a book out of him. Guy who developed through his constant contact and construction, developed an immunity to dynamite.
Don't stare near it.
Hey, Diane.
Hey, Diane. And he would throw dynamite behind him and fly by basically riding the concussion blast that didn't hurt him because he was immune to dynamite.
So this is the first rocket jump.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, as I remember, I believe Quality had a character similar to that, the Human Bomb.
Oh, well, the Human Bomb could blow things up himself by touching them. That's why he had to wear that suit.
Right.
He was one of the freedom fighters. James, what were you jumping into?
Okay, so for all you horror fans, last week celebrated 3 of the greatest icons in horror's birthdays.
I know where you're going.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to give you the birth dates. May 26th, May 27th. One was born 1913, one was born in 1911, and one was born in 1922. In the same month that Nosferatu came out in 1922. Now, RJ, I know you know who they were.
And I know which one.
Does anybody else know who they were?
No, tell us.
All 3 of them starred in Hammer movies.
Well, I think one of them that I because I think I might have seen something during my research into my Nietzsche Nietzsche in history research.
What are you doing? We got an X number of
Hey,
time on the
hey,
show.
George.
Gosh.
Okay, I believe one of those. I believe it might have been 1922. Was Christopher Lee?
Correct.
100 years. It's 100-year birthday.
Yeah, this is his 100th year birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But who are the other two?
Those I don't know.
The other two is on May 26, 1913, was Peter Cushing.
Oh, wow.
Now, on the 27th, 22, is Christopher Lee. But on the 27th, 1911, was Vincent Price.
For some reason I was thinking Vincent Price too, even though I didn't see that one, but I saw the Christopher Lee.
And I remember interviewing his daughter Victoria for the Vincentennial when it first came around. Because Vincent Price, despite his accent, was a St. Louis boy like me. So,
but several times they would actually celebrate their birthday especially with Hammer Films. They would celebrate their birthdays together.
Oh yeah,
that would have been cool.
Well, Vincent Price also had a little bit of animated history there, because he also provided the voice of Vincent Van Gogh, I believe, in Scooby-Doo, the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, back, I believe it was in 1986.
Yes. And he also played Ratigan in The Great Mouse Detective.
Yes, he did. He also played Iron Tail in, Here Comes Peter Cottontail. So he did a lot of voices. Of course, I hear him almost every day of the week playing the Saint on radio, which is very interesting because it was a very young Vincent Price at that time.
And I believe he was also Egghead in Batman, in the Batman.
That's right. He was. He definitely was.
Now here's another one for you. On May 28th, 3 movies were released. One was released in 1977, one was released in 1979, and the other one was released in 1983.
Well, the 77 one throws me because May 28th was not a new release day. May 25th was a new release day. And I know this because on May 25th in 1977, I turned 10 years old and Star Wars hit the theaters.
I take it back, RJ. I meant 25th, not 27th.
Okay, so
the 25th.
So I hit Star Wars.
Three movies came out on the 25th. Same day, different years. One was Star Wars. What's the other two?
Superman and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No.
I'm going to say it was probably because I believe didn't all 3 of the Star Wars movies come out on May 25th? They made it an event day?
No. Close, but no.
So 1977, what were the other 2 years, James?
79 and 83.
79 and 83.
It almost sounds like Jaws.
I don't know.
No. 83 was Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
In 1980 was Empire Strikes Back, though.
But it wasn't released on the 25th. It was actually released today because the way Memorial Day fits. But in 79 was Alien.
Oh. Game over, man.
And what was the connection?
Because of Alien used all the models they could get from Star Wars to build their ships. If you didn't see that, they actually went to a lot of stores, bought every TIE Fighter, X-Wing, Millennium Falcon, and all that, took it back, took them apart, put them on. If you pay close attention to the Nostromo, the refinery that they're carrying in the movie, Alien, if you slow it down, there is an R2-D2 sitting on the edge of one of the platforms.
That's worth slowing it down for. That's like the Star Trek explosion in the first Star Trek rewrite movie, where they had an R2-D2 as part of the blast debris, the J.J. Abrams one.
That would have been epic.
Yeah, we'll have to pause Alien and check it out now. In fact, maybe I might be able to just Google. Boy, where I put my mic, I can no longer type because my mic has to sit right here. Just see what Google gives me. I'll hunt and peck it. Nostromo R2-D2.
You have a Nostromo? Those are great, dude.
Actually, I remember as a kid out here in LA, we had a kids show on Saturday mornings called Whitney and the Robot. And you could argue that the robot they used for Whitney and the Robot was kind of a cheaper version of R2D2.
Oh yeah, they like doing the
knockoff.
trash can format.
Oh, there's been so many ripoffs of R2D2. Look at the dark hole. You know what I mean? Like the little red robot
the
there.
black
and shit.
Oh, you mean the black hole?
Yeah.
Here's the thing about the black hole. When they were doing the actual makeup, they did not have an ending to the movie.
All right, can you zoom in closer? Because I can't see the R2 in there.
I can't see the R2 in it either, and I've zoomed it up to 250%. I mean, they circled something here, but I'm not
That
seeing
may have been where he would have sat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there's an R2D2 on the right there.
Well, yeah, but that's just to show, his character. That's not the one from the movie. Yeah, it's just the skirting. The skirting part of R2D2 is there. So
This one's a stretch, brother. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's definitely there, but it's certainly hard to see. They're admitting that they did it, but it would have been cooler to see his little head sticking up out of that hole.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, anybody on pins and needles about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case?
Not
Nope,
at all.
not at all. Nope.
Not really.
Not really. Nope.
I've told you several times I couldn't really care less about that.
They're both fucking idiots. Let's put it that way.
I agree with you 100%, Nobi.
Yes. It's I think we've seen so much crap come out. We're like, what are they saying?
Literally on beds.
No,
Oh, yeah,
one thing I've proven is this: do not put your faith or your high hopes into any actor or actress in Hollywood. They're all crazy.
Yeah,
When you're that rich and you live that lifestyle, you don't live a normal life. Like, it is completely fucked up when you're that famous. You know what I mean? It's like regular life no longer exists, and you almost live in this quasi-rich celebrity fantasy world where they just act like fucking morons, man. Like, it's crazy.
You either die a starlet or you live long enough to become a psycho.
Wait a minute. It sounds like you've never flown first class. I've flown first class. I know what it's like.
Wait, what?
Hey RJ, I just shared remember what I was telling you about that Whitney and the Robot?
Yes. You
Now,
found
I have it muted on here. I don't know
if you didn't share the sound, we still won't hear it, but go ahead and give it a play. We'll see the robot here. Oh, we can hear it.
Kill the sound.
From a planet way up high, a robot named for you too.
Oh, geez.
From the sky.
Oh yeah, that's fucking RPG too.
Could teach their little robot all about the earth.
That's a blatant ripoff.
He is the one?
He is the one. Kind and gentle person, he drove a cab.
And that's the reason why the sound's on.
He loved to stop and play.
Not your mic, man. The actual sound on YouTube.
I muted Mike, so it's not echoing from him, and I muted me too.
No, he's still playing.
I love how the R2D2 is like old disco like and shit.
There was a little problem, and it called for the sky.
Okay, kill it.
Be surprised.
No, they kill the sound. The music's copyrighted.
Mike, we told you to kill the sound, man. Come on.
I wanted to hear it, so that's why.
You think fucking local
That was on YouTube. That was on YouTube.
It doesn't work that way.
YouTube will find it and grab it. That's fine. I don't care. I'll just mute the segment whenever it pops up.
You're not even in your touch, dude.
Wow, that was somebody went out and bought an R2D2 and put some stickers on it and some flashing lights.
I just thought you guys would have liked to hear the music with the thing, because it was the opening to a kids show back in like 1980 when
Yeah, not if it puts the channel in jeopardy, man. Come on.
Yeah, anything that's
Didn't
shown
put
like that.
nothing in jeopardy. You know how many? I've been playing copyrighted shit on my channel for 12 years. My channel still exists. He's fine.
Yeah, you're a dumbass. You get hit with the copyright claims, and if just the right one comes through, your channel's nuked.
You know, 12 years, and I've been doing just fine, buddy.
First off, that was from, as I said, that was from back in 1980.
So what, man? I've actually played copyrighted movies, and I got claimed on them.
If it's on YouTube, somebody else has got it.
No, sorry, public domain movies that I got claimed on. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Mexico's horrible about that too. But yeah, YouTube bots will file the claim. It's not like the owner's going to come out and say, "Hey, that's our stuff." The YouTube bot will take care of it.
And then you hit back with fair use. There was commentary all over that when you were playing it.
But it doesn't matter. Your live stream has just been interrupted. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
that can happen no matter what, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, geez. Why skirt the issue then?
Why even bring it up? I mean, anytime you use something that isn't yours, you face that reality, dude.
And this is where we loop back to Mike playing the audio. And we just went through a full circle now.
Yeah, but we did commentary over it, which is over now. The fair use.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Your legal right to use it is fair use, George.
It doesn't matter. It's to the algorithm. It'll still interrupt it if it picks it up.
That's the chance you take, brother.
And that's why the whole point is why take the chance?
Why live in fear?
Hold on. Guys, okay. This is RJ's channel. RJ.
It's okay. The algorithm chills.
Well, George has been in the mood since I fucking arrived, man. I don't know what's up your ass, dude, but I'm out.
Yeah, you're not Comicsgate.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck you, Ezekiel.
His name's not Tony.
I know you have to get going real quick after.
I do. I've got somewhere else to be here at the top of the hour.
Can I just have you for like 1 or 2 minutes? Just a couple quick things.
Yeah. We'll
real quick before you go over to
get things set up for next Friday. But yeah, I do got to pop over, and I'm hosting that last panel on CromCon. It's the last Sunday of the month, so we're doing that again. But yeah, it's fair use is definitely a thing, but it's hard to argue with the algorithm because the algorithm doesn't care.
It's soulless.
It's soulless. You just you sit there and argue with the machine, and maybe somebody will say, yeah, okay, maybe it was. Yet the YouTube engineers are not being paid enough to sit there and arbitrate legal decisions about what was fair use and what wasn't.
Yeah, the only way out of it, and the only way around it, is to actually make a list of countries that you would block from your streaming, live streaming, and that'll take care of the issue.
And here's the thing: is like my opening and closing outro. The little videos I got there. The song that I paid for, the song that says your favorite podcast is Critical Blast. Every single day, Facebook will send me a notice that UMG has claimed copyright on that. I'm like, good freaking luck claiming that that's your song. And every day they let go of it when I file the dispute. I'm like, eventually they'll get the message. I am never afraid to file a dispute when I think I'm in the right. Now, when we do the LCS Guys show and I'm playing the first 37 seconds of Elton John's Saturday Night's All Right, yeah, I know. I know. Monday morning, I'm going to get that claim notice, and it's automatic. I just go to the video, find the segment, mute the sound. We're back. We're good. It's fine. Never had a strike. Strikes are different than claims. So, no, that's not true. That's not true, Larry. That's not true. Gosh, I have lots of non-CG people on the show all the time. I'm having Carl Kiesel on the show tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's not CG. Anyhow, yeah, we are going out. It's 7:52 here in Central Time.
Larry's easy to pull his strings.
No. Nobody's pulling strings. Nobody's.
I was.
Yeah,
You weren't pulling strings. You were pressing buttons.
Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry, pressing buttons. Sorry, I got the wrong.
Some people don't know when you're doing that on purpose and differentiate it from when you're actually being serious. So, in fact, I've known you for a long time, and sometimes I don't know.
Me neither.
So anyhow, guys, been great having you on the show. We gave everybody's information at the beginning of the show, so we don't need to go through and round robin goodbyes again. The Mike Stand, Hero Shack, George Peter Gatz's, and the Steins all linked below this video.
What about Niobe guy?
Well, he's a regular. I'll link to his page too. I didn't know he was coming. You know, he kind of came in.
I know. What a rude guy, eh? Just shows up unannounced.
If Niobe wants to come back as a regular person, goes up 2 times, I'll put a link down there for his stuff too. I'll put his channel down there. And then, of course, the very last link is to the Amazon page for The Devil You Know Better in paperback, now available on Amazon. As Chris can attest, he has a copy. I'm going to have to drive out your way and sign that thing for you.
Hey, we could meet halfway and call it a weekend trip.
Why? You don't have a standard page in there with your signature on?
I don't. I didn't print them. I didn't print the soft covers that way. I'm debating whether I should sign the hard covers. I'm marketing them as being signed by Hart Fisher and Mike Barron. I don't care. I don't know if anybody would care to have my name on it too, or if they'd send it back. It's like, hey, I bought this thing because it was going to have Mike Barron and Hart Fisher on it, and this other guy, the editor, signed his name on it. I want my money back now. I might devalue.
Are you going to get stamp signatures?
No, they're not stamp signatures. They're going to sign the. They're not signing the books. They're signing the book plates, and then the book plates will be affixed to the book. And I'm in talks with Sticker Mule right now to see if they can number those book plates so I can get, hey, here's 250, 300. Can you mark them? One of this, one of that, two of that, three of that. If they can, great. If not, I'll be writing at the bottom of each one. As maybe that's when I do the signature. My name, one. This.
Oh no, you can go to Staples and get those little stamps that change the numbers.
That's true. I could.
Yeah.
But multi-use function things, I'd have to find another thing to sell later on for multiple numberings.
I got books on the way that you could be stamping those.
I could do that for you. Yes. Oh, and yes, Woody, he was only Joe King around. Yes. Okay.
Somebody actually gets it.
somebody got it. This is the George of the evil Star Trek universe.
I don't have a mustache. I shaved it. Sorry.
You're supposed to have a goatee when you come from the evil.
Oh
Star Trek.
goatee. Oh, damn it.
You gotta have the goatee.
Buttons, strings, goatee, mustache. Gosh, I can't keep track of it all.
So we are out, guys. UMG, pay attention. This is not your video.